Hi, my name is Ron.
And my name is LaShawn.
Welcome back to the 3-Minute Marriage Moment. Well, we got a good question for this week.
We had a message come in via Facebook. The question reads, what do you do when your spouse acts like one of the kids and refuses to grow up? Help.
Help. I don't want to grow up to be
I'm
a Toys R Us kid.
There's a million toys and Toys R Us that I can play with. Okay, we dated, right? Okay, so what do you do?
That's a good question. What do you do? Do you continue to let them keep acting on like a little kid? Absolutely not. Because that's where husband and wives can become mamas and daddies to their own mamas and daddies.
I mean, you to their own mamas and daddies. Well, yeah, I mean, I think once again, you guys need to have a discussion. But I think more importantly, I think we needed a little bit more, groundwork in that question because, we all have personality differences and style preferences. I remember early in our marriage, I think it was probably year number 3 or 4. And I went to my pastor and I told her, I was like, I can't do it anymore. This guy acts like a kid. And, we had just had a baby. So it was very frustrating. He didn't want to do anything on Saturday mornings but watch cartoons and eat cereal because that was his day off work. And I thought we should have been doing housework and shopping together. And so I had different expectations. But one of the things that I was challenged with, and I'll be honest, was the question I was asked was Ronnie like that when you met him? And I was like, of course. He was always silly, the life of the party, and, liked to play a lot or whatever. And she told me, she said, well, shame on you if you think that's supposed to change. And I was kind of offended by that. I was hurt. But I realized that I did not have the power to change him.
Right. And that's where you have to realize you have to really appreciate the person's differences. Now, if the person is acting like a kid, like for an example, now if he's playing video games or he or she, if they playing video games or if they gone somewhere or doing different things, well, that's something that's okay. But if they continue to act like goofy, like the goof golf kid, like maybe all the cookies ain't baked or something like that. Maybe they need professional help.
Not handling business
Right.
or things like that, then you guys definitely need to have a discussion.
Yeah, and really professional help. But what you really need to do is really challenge that person, he or she. If it's a guy, most guys, they typically still have tendencies of kids on the inside. And for a lot of us, we grow up, we're in big boys' bodies, but sometimes we still have little kids' minds. But sometimes it's just based on maturity. We have to learn. Right. And it's those that you hang around, that what you do. And
the
just
company
really,
you keep.
Yeah. And that makes a big difference. But if they choosing to hang around with those same people, that could play a difference too. It could be many different factors. Right. So you really have to weed out exactly what's causing this person to act like a child. Me in my case, I was just purely silly. I wanted to get things done. I wanted to get out the store. I didn't want to be around. So I had to do some childish things. But the Bible says that when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I thought as a child. But when I grew up, I put aside childish things. Right. So that means not saying that you got to be completely serious all the time.
Right.
Because you need to have fun. You need to have fun sometimes. You need to laugh. That needs to be there. So a little silliness don't hurt.
Right. And it's okay to play. I mean, if you work hard, you should play hard. But at the root of it, I think you need to kind of ask yourself some questions, ask your spouse some questions. What's keeping that person stuck in that childlike state? If they're truly acting like a child, do they just like to have fun and you like to be serious all the time? I don't know. Are they taking care of business? Are they completing what they said that they were going to do? Are they following through with tasks? If so, then they have the ability to be themselves and be authentic and play. I'm just saying. Yeah. But then, too, there might be some things that might be hindering them from growing up, like childhood hurts or maybe poverty or something. And because they have money now, they want all of the toys and different things like that. So, once again, those are some things that you might want to walk through with a counselor or your pastor and kind of see where some of that is coming from. I remember my husband had told me he refused to grow up, and I can't make him because he didn't want to be super serious like his dad. So we had to kind of really discuss what that meant to him, what growing up really meant. Did it mean being serious all the time and not spending time with your family? What did that really mean? And when we got to the bottom of it, I think, you know, after a couple years, we kind of, you know, let things pan out and, you know, just respect one another's differences.
Yeah, so it's something that you can work out, but it's something that's definitely correctable. Well, thanks again for that question. Be sure to keep them questions coming at songsofsolomonri.com.
Or on Facebook at Songs of Solomon Relationship Institute.
Otherwise, y'all have a merry, happy Christmas. Enjoy. God bless. And don't forget, keep the little silliness up from time to time.